So, good morning, everyone. My name is Angelica Salinas. I'm the Director of Membership and Community Engagement here at the Steamboat Springs Chamber. I'm excited to partner with Yiftee on this webinar. We have partnered with them for our new gift card program. And the reason we're moving to a new gift card program is we are excited to move to a more efficient system that's easier for both our card recipients to use and our businesses to accept the cards. So we are excited. I'm going to let Elsie here kind of take over, but if you have any questions throughout, I will also be on the back end and happy to answer. Feel free to use the Q&A feature on Zoom to ask questions, or you can put things in the chat and I will help monitor. But we're going to be going through the whole program. We're also recording this, so if you miss out on something, we will send the recording out, and we will also send out the slide deck with the recording. So you don't need to frantically take notes. We'll be sending all of this out. So with that, I will hand it over to Elsie.
All right. Thanks, Angelica. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. So I'm just going to kind of do a quick overview of sort of what this program is, how to use it as a business, and then we'll go through some tips and tricks as well. We'll open it up to questions at the end. And as Angelica mentioned, this presentation is going to be sent out. It has my contact information in it, and it also has the Yiftee support contact information in it. So if there are questions that come up in the interim, please don't be shy. We want to make sure that everybody is fully comfortable with this program prior to it rolling out. So I'll share my screen here. All right. So what is a community card? What is the program that you're going to be dealing with? So community card is a multi-use e-gift card, which can be spent at any number of chosen local businesses. So it's going to be one Steamboat card that can be spent at all of the businesses in the community that have activated. So again, this is fully digital. Now there is a printable option available as well, and we're going to go through what that looks like and how to deal with that. But you'll mostly be seeing these digital vouchers that can be redeemed as manual entry credit cards. We partner with MasterCard, so that means that you get paid out with all of your other MasterCard transactions. The only difference here is that it's going to be manual entry. Otherwise, everything else is the same. This is zero cost, so businesses are not paying anything to join onto this program. You're not paying any sort of subscription fee or maintenance fee or anything like that. And Yiftee does not engage in revenue sharing. So you as businesses are getting the full value of these gift cards minus only your credit card processing fees. So whatever your normal credit card processing fees are. Of course, this gift card is exclusively for use in Steamboat businesses. So even though we partner with MasterCard and users will see the MasterCard logo on their gift card, they can't go and spend it at Amazon. They can't go and spend it in, Boulder's program or Denver. It's exclusively for this program. It's also very easy to implement. So you do not need any special processing systems. You don't need to do any special integration. This works with any POS system that can run a manual entry credit card. So our how to redeem document that you're all going to get a copy of has QR codes that will walk you through what manual entry looks like for Toast, Square, Clover, all the main processing systems, so that you can manage that effectively. So what's in it for you as a business? Why should you join this program, particularly if you're running another gift card program? What's the benefit of this? So this in no way is meant to substitute for your existing gift card program. If you have an individual gift card program running, we encourage you to continue to market that and use that. This is simply an additional revenue stream for you. So this can be run in conjunction with whatever existing program that you have going on now. This provides for an increase in sales and revenue. So this is going to particularly be true, of course, around the really busy season. So, the holidays, end of school year, and we're expecting for this to be, a great resource throughout the year for schools to participate in as bulk purchasers, realtors. We have a lot of police stations that will buy these cards. hospitals and medical centers. So we're expecting quite a bit of money to be circulating through this program. We want to make sure that as many businesses as possible are a part of it so that you can kind of get your fair share. This is a great opportunity to build consumer loyalty. So regular engagement with consumers through the program, of course, can help in building loyalty. And it's a great sort of opportunity to run, special promotions, incentives, really market your engagement in this local gift card program. Of course, the final opportunity is just business visibility and brand image. So I'm going to show you the where can I redeem map that will be available on the gift card purchasing page. All of the businesses that participate will be featured on that map as local businesses that are engaged in this program. So it's a really great way to show that you are supporting, local initiatives and that you're part of the community fabric and everything that's going on. So how to join? So keep an eye on your emails. We're going to be blasting out activation cards. And I'll walk you through step by step here how to process these. So activation cards come with a list of instructions. So no stress, very, very easy. You're going to receive these directly into your email. And of course, make sure you check spam. You don't receive it, you can contact support. So essentially, we'll be sending you a preloaded 10-cent gift card. All you're going to do is enter this into your system. So you get the free dime and we get your POS identifiers when you run that transaction. So what that's going to do is essentially lock you into the program. Prior to running this card, even though you've been pre-approved by the chamber, prior to running this card, you won't be a member of this program. So it requires you to run that activation in order to pop up on the where to redeem map and to be able to run transactions on these cards in the future. You only have to run this card once and then you're finished. So I know that one of the issues that you all were experiencing on the former program is with point of sale system auto updates. So we have pretty extensive AI on our back end, such that if your point of sale system auto updates, we can recognize that you are, a participating member, that you've already been activated, and we'll lock those new POS identifiers in. You don't have to do anything. That's also true if you have another point of sale system in your business. So for kind of precaution, we always say if you have more than one POS, make sure you run one of these cards in each POS. But if you miss one, that's fine. We'll catch it. After that, you'll be able to locate your business on the where to redeem map. So I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a second. That's the map that cardholders will be able to go to see where they can go and redeem their card. I'm just switch my screen here. So the map on Steamboat's page, of course, is empty because there aren't any businesses onboarded yet. To give you an idea of what it looks like when it's populated, this is Tahoe's map. So these are all of the businesses that have activated and opted into the program. They'll reflect on a printable list here and also as pins on a map. So the chamber has all of your address information stored. You won't have to do any information entry there. And as soon as you activate, you'll come up on the Steamboat page like so. How to redeem. So this graphic here kind of gives you an idea of what these cards look like when they arrive in a user's inbox. So I want to emphasize here, there's no app download that's necessary here. This is all stored directly in users' inboxes. And of course, because you all will probably be on the consumer side of this program as well at some point, there are reminder emails sent every month that include the link to this card again. So it kind of keeps it top of mind for your consumers, makes sure that people are getting out and actually spending these cards and that they're not just, sitting in people's inboxes. So they'll be sent their message, whether this is coming from your company, your friend, family, with the denomination. There's a button down at the bottom of the email that says view gift voucher. And this will launch them into our backend. So you may have some, new users that come in and this is the screen that they're showing you. Just remember, view gift voucher is going to be what directs you to the actual card itself. So again, this is in our backend. That means that this balance here is going to update live. So if I go and spend, $10 on a sandwich using this card, it's going to automatically reflect as 15. That way the business and the user at all times know exactly how much is on these cards. So as a business, the first thing that you're going to want to be doing is looking for what that balance is. Like any other, gift card or debit card, you can't charge more than the value of the card. So, if this is worth $25 and somebody has a $50 transaction, that's fine. You can charge this for the 25, and then you'll run a separate transaction to cover the rest of the bill. Again, this is going to be manual entry. So you'll run it with manual entry credit card using all of the information provided here. And entered into your system, and then you're paid out automatically with all of your other MasterCard transactions. So some snags that you might run into, we always like to cover reasons why cards might get declined. So because we partner with MasterCard, we don't really experience, glitches on our end. There's really 3 reasons when you're troubleshooting why these cards might be getting declined. So number 1 is you're overcharging. If somebody comes in with, a card that has $15 loaded to it and a merchant tries to charge $40 to it, it's going to get declined. More than anything, that is for the business's protection. So we wouldn't want to validate, cards that don't have an available balance to back them. You are completely covered in any case of fraud, but we have lots of these little checks in place to make sure that, nothing sneaky sort of gets past those walls. Second reason is, of course, a typo. So if the cards are entered incorrectly, then of course they're going to be declined. This is a good time to mention we are also in the late stages of rolling out tap to pay. So that means that users will be able to run their card from their Google Wallet or their Apple Wallet. That, of course, will get rid of the need to manually enter the card, but you'll still want to make sure you're not overcharging it. The third reason, of course, is if there's an unregistered point of sale system that's trying to run these cards. So this is how we keep it closed network. So every time someone goes and spends it on Amazon, it's going to get declined. Every time somebody, brings this to Leadville to try to spend, it's going to get declined. But of course, if there's a business within Steamboat that hasn't registered yet, it will also get declined. So you want to make sure that you have run that activation card and are live prior to the program launching. In terms of training your employees. So sometimes, our businesses will stress about how do I possibly get all my employees on board with this? Our recommendation is to have the how to redeem document that you're all going to get a copy of readily available. So this way you're not having to handhold your employees. We have them for each of the main point of sale systems, and it will, be one page that walks employees step by step through how to redeem these. It will also have that troubleshooting criteria. So, we'll tell them don't overcharge this card, make sure you're typing it in correctly, et cetera, et cetera. Having this sort of easy to reference makes it so that, you as a boss or a manager aren't having to walk employees through this one by one. We also have a merchant training video that's going to go over a lot of what I explained in this presentation, but in a kind of live setting. So that's linked to this presentation that you all are going to receive. It's a good idea to kind of go over that and to share it with your employees as well for people that might be a little bit more visual learners. So a few kind of tips and tricks for how to get your fair share on this program once money starts circulating and more. So as a business owner, how do I really get cardholders in my store spending the balance on their card? Now, I want to emphasize that each of these tips is completely optional. By no means are you required to do any of this to participate. These are simply kind of strategies that you might think about using, particularly in high volume seasons, to get your slice of the pie. So one of the tips here is to offer promotions. So some of our merchants will say, you know, if you use your community card, you get 5% off, or you get a free sticker. One of our top redeeming businesses offers a free pickle when people use their community card. So does not have to be anything super complicated, expensive, work intensive at all. Just some kind of freebie to kind of, you know, gamify this for consumers and give it visibility in your business can be really, really effective. Number two is social media and email marketing. So making sure your consumers know, hey, if you received one of these cards, you can spend it in my store and maybe get 5% off, or you can just spend it in my store in general. Reminding users that you are a participating business. We have a bunch of templates for social media. So these are, you know, Valentine's Day, Canva templates, and holidays, et cetera, et cetera. Yiftee also covers all of the marketing where there might be gaps. So please feel free to reach out to me at any time or support and say, hey, you know, I have this event coming up this weekend. I really need a template that markets the card in the context of this. I'm very happy to get that to you. We also have templates for email messaging. And then finally, window and in-store displays. So we do offer a marketing kit. There's also tons of templates sort of available online. Even something as simple as, you know, hanging a flyer by your register saying we accept the Steamboat card. That's going to ultimately be up to Angelica, you know, what sort of materials will be available for distribution. Angelica, maybe you can speak more about that at the end. But we're very happy to help out with that as well. So a few more FAQs that I like to run through that kind of usually come up. So we mentioned fraud. Businesses and the community are not on the hook for anything fraud related. So Yiftee has really, really extensive backend security with MasterCard. We assume full coverage of anything related to a case of fraud if it does occur. So you are not on the hook with that. We mentioned, you know, this does not necessarily have to act as a substitute for a gift card program that you already have operating. We encourage you to continue to operate that. This is simply an additional source of revenue. Refunds can be applied to these cards just as they can, you know, any other normal card. The process is the exact same. The community card, of course, can carry a balance. So I could go spend, you know, $10 at the salon, and then $10 at a coffee shop, $50 at retail until the balance is drawn down. Our tech support team is available 7 days a week, 15 hours a day. And they're great. Their average response time is 3 minutes. They're really, really fast. So they are a great resource for you as businesses. They're a great resource for consumers. Of course, you always have a contact in me as well, but I am your program strategist and I manage several other programs. So it can take a little bit longer to get in touch with me. I always recommend our support team is awesome. Is there a fee to purchase the community card? So when a purchaser goes in and buys one of these cards, they're going to pay the standard gift card fee that you'd see on any, you know, Visa or MasterCard gift card purchase. The fee there is $1 plus 5% of the card value. This is just a little background information for you. This is how we keep it totally free for the businesses and free for the community in the chamber. Can I cancel my participation on the program as a business? So you can opt in at any time. Of course, ideally you opt in prior to launch, but this is going to be an ongoing, you know, program building process. And you can cancel your participation at any time as well. So it's not as though once you sign on, you're, you know, locked into a program. You can opt out if for whatever reason you decide that's a better option for you. And then finally, how do I know how much business I'm getting? So because this is simple MasterCard transactions and there is no special gift card accounting or anything like that, it can be a little trickier to figure out, you know, what am I actually doing in terms of numbers on this program? So you can look it up by this transaction code here. All of our cards start with 519975. And then your organizer, so the chamber, is going to have access to a ton of data on the back end that can break down exactly what each business has redeemed, by day, by week, by season, all time, et cetera, et cetera. So they can easily provide that information upon request as well. That wraps it up. So I want to open it up to questions. And again, you'll all receive this deck with all of those resources attached. But let's see what we have for questions.
Thanks, Elsie. While we are waiting for maybe some questions to come in, I just wanted to also point out that we're really excited to launch this program. And so after this webinar, if you would like to join, all you have to do is send me an email. I already have everything uploaded in our back end system with Yiftee, and I will start sending out activation cards as early as today. Our goal is to launch the program in the next week with a big community launch. And so the more businesses we have enrolled before that launch, the better. And if you are one of the first businesses enrolled in the program, you'll get a little bit of a feature. So super excited for this program. We're excited to continue this as part of our Shop Local initiative to help keep local dollars local and support our businesses. So yeah, any questions, you can put them in the chat, you can put them in the Q&A. I'm not seeing any, Elsie, so you must have done a really good job.
People are shy.
Yeah.
And it's Tuesday
Well,
morning.
yeah. If you do have questions, you can absolutely email us after and I will get that to you. But yeah, I will put our current gift card page in the chat right now that we created. So you guys can all have access to that as well. So question, what happens if I get an old gift card? So that's a great question. If you have a gift card from our old gift card system, all you're going to do is to call the number on the back of that, and you can request those funds be sent to you in a check. There are some local businesses who might still be accepting those cards because their POS systems haven't updated. And so you are welcome to try and use those gift cards. But if there are still funds on them, the best way to receive that is to call and ask EML to send you a check. Okay, Elsie, one of the questions is if our POS system asks for a zip code for manual credit card entries, is that going to be like 80487, which is the General Steamboat zip code? Like what zip code should they use?
Great question. So the zip code will be right on the activation card. So it'll say on the activation card, if you require a zip code entry, here it is. It'll also be on all of the digital gifts. So if you scroll down, you'll see that we provide a zip code with all of the cards. Reminds me that I forgot to go over the printed gifts. Very simple. So the printed gifts are going to function exactly the same. They have all the card information on them, and they'll have a QR code for balance lookup. Zip code will also be on the printed version. So, yeah, great question.
Okay, another question, Elsie. We are planning to change our POS system in the next few months. Is it the same process to activate our new computers when that change goes live?
Yes. So when you make that change, go ahead and get in touch with either me, Angelica, or support at yiftee.com. We can very quickly send you an updated activation card. The same goes for any business that might have more than one point of sale system. Just request another activation card. We can push that right over to you. Great question.
So if you want to start with the program with your current system for the next couple of months and then make the switch, you can absolutely do that. You don't have to wait until your new system is updated. We can get you started on this one and then easily make the switch. Okay. I'm not seeing any other questions. I did put our gift card page in the chat box. If you go to that page, you will see kind of an introduction with some facts, how the card works, how it's redeemed, all from Yiftee, and then 5 simple steps to get started. So please email me to get set up, and then I will send you the activation card. You're going to follow the instructions on the activation card to join, and then you will populate on our card. On that website I linked in the chat, you will also see video resources. So some of the videos that Yiftee has, so videos on for businesses staff to learn how to run the card, for businesses to learn how to enroll, how to buy cards in bulk, along with some other information. So super excited to launch this program. And if you have any other questions that you think of after, please feel free to shoot me an email. Awesome. Thank you, Elsie.
All right. Thank you. And thanks everyone for being here.
All right. Bye. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.